It's a shithole and I don't like it.
This is my country, it's the best country in the world.
The government sucks, the weather's awful, job market's terrible, we get paid terribly.
We have the royal family.
We just seem to go around the world making an empire, stealing everybody else's things, thinking we're better than everybody else.
But there's a whole load of countries around the world that kind of fucking hate us.
Brexit's a sticky one. Not particularly proud of the slavery.
The history of Britain is a tapestry woven with conquests, revolutions and cultural evolution. The Magna Carta of 1215, a cornerstone of modern democracy, was born on British soil. The Industrial Revolution transformed the world with steam power sparking a global shift. British literature from Shakespeare to Dickens has captivated minds worldwide. Scientific advancements such as the discovery of gravity by Isaac Newton and the theory of evolution by Charles Darwin reshaped our understanding of the universe. From tea drinking to football, Britain's contributions resonate globally, shaping cultures, laws and languages across continents. We've also done some questionable things, but today seems to be a far cry from the Britain of old, with a new generation of Brits coming through. So we posed a very simple question to the public. Are you proud to be British?
No, not that much. Well...
Oh God, no. Oh, good God, no. No, I fucking hate England. This place sucks. The majority of people that I've met in England that are English, no, not all of them, obviously, you can't speak for everyone ever, but there's a good proportion of them that are just horrible people. The government sucks, the weather's awful, the job market's terrible, we get paid terribly. Obviously the NHS now was really good and now it's not being funded nearly enough, but when can it ever be funded enough? I don't know. No, I'm not particularly proud to be British. And we've got awful stereotypes for the rest of the world. I mean, we're the most obnoxious twats when it comes to holidays, and it's just horrible. We refuse to learn other people's languages, and it's disgusting. No, I'd rather be French.
Sometimes I'm proud to be British, and sometimes I'm not.
Of course I am.
Why is that?
Because I was born here. This is my country, it's the best country in the world.
I would say it's because we're a fantastic country, but we're better than a lot of other countries, and I feel proud that of some of the things that we've done. Not everything, like some of the stuff you see in Manchester and Liverpool. We're not particularly proud of the slavery and the stuff that's gone on, but there is stuff to be proud of.
No, there's a horrible, bloody political history behind it. Just, all the torture and just everything about it, and our accents can be annoying.
It's like, yeah, I'm not ashamed, but I'm also aware of why we have such good things and why we can show off all this power and whatnot. It's like, yeah, it's because we've really messed up a lot of other people's, and that's not something to be proud of. Glad to have been born here because I feel like I have a lot more opportunities than a lot of other people do. I think I'm really lucky in this country as the person I am. Yeah. However, I think with the recent government, it became pretty embarrassing to have to admit.
Not always. No, not always. It depends. Obviously, we are viewed a certain way in the media. I think I probably sit somewhere in the middle in between being proud sometimes in the things that we do, the events that we put on, and but I think the government and that, I think that's not necessarily something to be proud of.
It's never been perfect, but I think, when you compare it to many other societies and cultures, it's got a lot going for it, or had.
I've looked at some other countries and I have nothing to complain about here.
Well, the hesitation there says that I'm not sure at the moment, really.
Why is that?
Brexit.
Yeah.
I'm really unhappy with that decision by the British people.
The phrase, just having that self-awareness, knowing that sort of Britain had certain roles to play in different things that happened around the world over the last few hundred years, but then also, we've got lots to celebrate as well.
You can't really be proud of something that you're not being properly represented for.
Right, so you don't feel represented by this country?
No.
A major YouGov study in 2018, which surveyed more than 20,000 English adults, revealed that young people in England are much less likely to be proud of their Englishness than their elder peers. Nearly 3/4 of people aged 65 and over who identify as English are proud of that identity. With 18 to 24-year-olds, that falls to just 45%. In fact, close to 1 in 10 young people this age say that they are actively embarrassed by their English identity, while a further 34% say they are neither proud nor embarrassed. So why the generational divide?
So what would you say to kind of maybe younger people that feel less patriotic?
I think they're stupid.
Because I know older generations don't, and people in my own family would be like, England, and it's just like, no, not really, but okay, and they just won't admit any fault, whereas now I think we're more open to admitting that.
it is a bit weird if you're a bit of a patriot, like a proper patriot.
Well, it's a personal thing, isn't it? It's up to everybody else. My grandchildren, they know what I think, because Grandad's got a gob.
I think it's okay to love your own country. I think sometimes those people are vilified unnecessarily, but I think it depends what you're proud of.
Yeah, I can see they've grown up in a world with a pandemic, politicians not towing the line, parties and things like that, so there's no integrity there. So yeah, I don't see there's a great deal to be proud of, really.
Yeah, I think it's important for a country to have a society that takes pride in belonging to it.
Well, maybe they should vote for a party that's going to make us proud to be British. You know, the country's kind of in the shitter, and it's kind of their fault.
Well, no, they've actually got something to be proud of, because, you know, they had a decent economy. They had, you know, the NHS was great for them. They won a war.
I don't know, look at history, I guess. I know you lived it, but also maybe you didn't pay attention to it while you're there.
You may think that national pride is a waning matter for all people as the modern world moves on, but that isn't the case across the pond with the US of A. A study found that a massive 92% of Americans are either very proud or proud to be American. A measly 4% of Yanks had no pride at all for their great nation, and this is presumably because they hate freedom. So how do the Americans that we spoke to feel about their nation?
I am so grateful and I'm so honored to be born in this amazing country.
Are you proud to be American?
Yeah, absolutely. Today you fight for your independence wherever you're coming from, your country coming from, and this is the soil that I was created and a big fan of.
Of course.
Why?
Hey, because, man, this is the best country in the world, man.
Absolutely. And we got a lot of freedoms, we got a lot of rights, we got a lot of opportunities here as well.
My husband just joined the military and it really brought a whole new appreciation to being American. Freedom is not free, and it is a privilege to be free.
I'm proud to be an American.
Why?
Man, look, this beautiful country, USA, it doesn't get any better, man.
It's just how I've always been proud to be an American. I'm born and raised here. I'm not that different. I know everyone has troubles, but I'm kind of proud to be American.
Well, that's an interesting question. I'm actually planning the exit strategy to not live in America anymore. I appreciate America for the opportunities and being born and raised here, but overall, am I proud to be American? No.
Any reason in particular?
Taxes are a bitch.
Well, our American friends are obviously very proud of their nation, but it's clear that the United Kingdom is in the midst of a culture war with no end in sight. Friendships and families are torn apart due to differences in national identity, culture, and most importantly, tiny little flags on football shirts. But while all seems lost, maybe, just maybe, there's a sentiment that could unite this troubled Emerald Isle.
Who gives a shit? As long as we're all getting pissed.